When you become as big a fan of Donkey Kong Country as me, you reach a point where it feels like there's nothing left to do with the series. I mean, I've played all the games, I've bought all the merchandise, I've even started eating the same foods they eat. I was worried there was nothing left for the lovers of the games like me anymore. But then, I discovered DKC ROM hacks. In case you have no idea what a ROM hack is, it's basically when someone takes the assets and code of a video game and rearranges them to show whatever they'd like. So while this sort of looks like Donkey Kong, the results are strange at best. But this means you can create something that feels like a totally new game. Tired of the same levels and enemy placements of the original trilogy? Is that too easy for you? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because some of these are straight up torture. Now, I gotta say, I spent a lot of time just getting these hacks to work. It was a lot more than just downloading them. It involves patching, making sure I have the right versions, and downloading sketchy programs. It's almost not even worth the hassle to play these yourself. That's why I did the dirty work for you. But if you think you're handy enough to try and get them to work, I've put the website in the description below as a good starting point for you. With that out of the way, let's get started. The first ROM hack we're gonna look at is called AneSDK, and it starts out pretty basic. It's definitely the first level of Donkey Kong Country with some new enemies added in, but this is what happens when you enter the banana horde. Okay, I have a few notes. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at here. It looks like my treehouse with a letter minigame, but then a Donkey Kong clone comes out of nowhere and blocks the exit. You can't kill this guy, he just pops in and out of the right side, forcing you to complete the puzzle. So, okay, that's fine, let's just collect the donkey letters. Oh, okay, now it's Kong. Oh, I see, sure, country, Donkey Kong Country makes sense. A little long, but okay, we did it. Oh, come on, it just starts over? Oh, I see, you gotta go to the left to continue. You didn't even have to do what? Okay, this is just an endless loop of minigames. Don't go into that cave at the start, this was a mistake. So as I continue on, it's a little tricky, squeezing in between crowds of baddies, but then I reached these barrels. It looks like we have a decision to make. Let's go with the bottom one. Okay, that wasn't it. Obviously, we need to go in the top one. Confession, I legit can't figure out how to get past this part, so let's move on. Here's another DKC1 hack called Kremlings Revenge, and this one is a lot easier to swallow. It's almost like a regular Donkey Kong game, just with slightly harder obstacles and a fresh take on the formula. But things do start to heat up pretty quickly. Oh man, that last level was hard. I can only imagine what they're gonna do with the water levels. I like this hack. But overall, it's a solid attempt at creating a more challenging DKC experience. It does some pretty unique stuff, like creating a maze in Stop and Go Station, and even turning Orangutan Gang into a minecart level. What? I stopped at this stage though, because the slippery ropes made my hands hurt after a while. Alright, that was a good warm-up. Let's take a look at the really hard ones now, shall we? Here's a DKC2 ROM hack. This one's called Hard as Kongcrete. Adequately titled, I think. So this is interesting. I actually didn't know this was possible until I played this hack. But DKC2 has a cheat mode where you can enter codes by pressing down 5 times on the character select screen, and then pressing down 5 more times when you've highlighted the sound test. Apparently, there's a code called Barrel Axe, B-A right A left A-X, which removes all DK barrels from the game. It's supposed to make it harder, but an added benefit is that it starts the level with both Kongs, even if you die with only one. So in Hard as Kongcrete, there are no DK barrels, but you need both Kongs to finish every level. So the code is actually necessary to beat the game. Let's boot it up. I'm sure it's not as hard as people are making it out to be. Okay, make sure you hold left when you start, otherwise it shoots you down into oblivion. This hack does not mess around. You have to tiptoe your way through tight sections of invulnerable enemies, team up toss at just the right time so you don't get hurt, and on top of all that, there's ice physics? Come on, that's just cruel. Like I said, you need both Kongs to beat the level. Each stage will make sure there's bees blocking your exit unless you have one to sacrifice. But you get both Kongs back to start the next level, so it's actually kinda clever. You have to make sure you don't lose a Kong wrong along the way, and whew, you'll lose a lot of lives trying to do so. This hack is tough as nails. There's enemies lurking around every corner trying to kill you, and it throws in some puzzles in the process. I got to the 4th level where it's part underwater and part not underwater somehow. You gotta throw your way up the barrels. But then I got stuck here, no idea where to go. I feel like this is how most of the hacks end, scratching my head and moving on. I could only find one hack of the 3rd installment in the series called DKC3 Unleashed. This one is just okay. It doesn't seem to do anything profound, mostly just adds enemies in weird places to make it a bit more difficult. The first level is high up in the air though, and you have to jump across perilous platforms. Ooh, it looks like Dixie doesn't like this very much though. She's getting a little sick. Graphical glitches aside, this hack is odd. In doorstop dash, you're required to go through a bonus barrel that wasn't changed, and it spits you out down here, but if you continue this way, you can get permanently stuck because there's nowhere to go, and you can't go back as the doors close behind you. And even if you die, you just respawn at the continue barrel. So what you're supposed to do is climb back up and go backward through the level and find your way to the exit. It does some creative things, but overall, I've seen better. Like this next one called Boss Blitz. I don't know how they changed the title screen and all that, but this is a pretty cool idea for a hack. It puts you through a boss rush mode with the goal of completing it as fast as you can. You can even change the color of your Kongs, which I thought was a nice touch. It's short and simple, but my best time is 4 minutes and 46 seconds. I bet you can't beat that. Ha! But of all the ROM hacks I've looked at, there is one that shines brighter than the rest. It is by far the most unique and enjoyable, a DKC2 hack called the Lost Levels. Oh man, just look at this! Not only did they completely revamp the color palette and redesign all the level layouts, but they've also changed the bonus rooms and boss fights. The entire game has been remade from the ground up, even the Lost World levels that you unlock with bonus coins. It's fascinating to see animal buddies in new areas that I haven't seen them in before, or stages that take on completely different themes, like the doors from Target Terror acting as gates that need to be unlocked in this underwater stage, or using the purple parrot that automatically moves downward, but forcing you to travel horizontally with him. Animals meant to be helpers are now deadly traps, and enemies that you normally stay away from are necessary to complete stages. Some levels don't even use the same assets as the original, they'll switch things up all the time to keep you guessing. Everything feels fresh and unique. It's almost like a direct sequel to DKC2 itself. This is the one hack that I just couldn't put down. It's challenging, but not too hard. And the dedication and obvious attention to detail is what lifts it above the rest. Some of these hacks felt like a swift kick to the clumps, but it was all worth it to find this one. If you think you can handle the process of accessing these ROMs, I recommend this one the most. But if you're weary about the whole thing, I'm planning on streaming myself playing through all these hacks here on YouTube, so keep an eye out for that in the near future. It should be a grand old time, hopefully. Hey guys, snomaN here, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed. There's still more Donkey Kong Month to come, so get hyped! As always, you can subscribe for more gaming content or support the channel through Patreon. I'll see you guys next time. Stay frosty, my friends.